Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play EarthBound. Last time we made it back to 3 with Jeff, met up with Ness and Paula, and got rid of all the zombies using zombie paper. So now this path forward has been open to us. In between episodes, I did a little bit of shopping. You may notice some refreshing herbs at the bottom of everyone's inventory, and I've also restocked Jeff on bottle rockets. These refreshing herbs are good for restoring some statuses, it should say. Yeah, if you're poisoned or you're feeling nauseous, cold, sunstroke, falling asleep, all this stuff. So we're going to be dealing with some poison and stuff coming up, so it's good to have some refreshing herbs. You can also heal it with healing beta, which unfortunately we do not have. I think you learn that at level 24, so Ness will get it soon, but in the meantime I like having some refreshing herbs around. So now we can make our way through this path. We're greeted by a zombie possessor doing some kind of little dance, shaking its butt at us, so I guess we can oblige it and fight. Looks like we got possessed. That's a bit of a shame. I'm probably gonna go get that healed. You know, I might not. It's not too inconvenient, but I guess we can still show what it looks like outside of battle here. So let's go ahead and get this level up out of the way. You can see now we have, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see it whenever it passes by, like, the blue floor. Maybe we can get a little better view if we go here. There's this little image of a ghost going around us. In fact, I am going to go back and heal that. You can do that with the blue healer guy in the hospital. So, well, off to a little bit of a rough start, but we'll be right back. Just by the way, here's a better view of it so you can see. We got that little ghost sprite going around. Alright, that was way more annoying than it needed to be. There were so many enemies along the way. You may notice Jeff actually has a staggering amount more HP than he did before. He actually got one level up where he got a vitality increase of 3, which led to over 30 HP on that same level up, so that helps out quite a bit. Ness also leveled up, and we've gained the ability to use PSI Rockin' Beta, which is, of course, the same as Alpha, except it deals about 180 points of damage versus Rockin's 50, and it only costs 4 more PP, so it's a really, really good spell to have, actually. And it's going to up his offensive potential quite a bit. I don't think we really learned anything else too spectacular, so let's go ahead and see if we can actually make our way through this passage this time. Got another possessor. I would like to avoid being possessed again. So let's see if I can scroll them off this way. Nah, it doesn't look like it. You know, possession isn't like a super big deal. They can attack on the beginning of turns, and it deals a very minuscule amount of damage, like 1 to 3 or something. Calling for help. Okay, well, I was gonna just talk over this battle, but I'll probably end up just cutting it out then. But yeah, they can attack, which deals a very minuscule amount of damage. The reason I wanted it gone was because it can sometimes keep you from moving. So if that was on a key turn where somebody really needed healed, that could screw you over pretty bad. So I'd rather get rid of those. Alright, so we've got some enemies here. You may have seen this zombie dog from before. The reason I wanted to avoid it is because it actually has the ability to poison you, and that attack also does a decent amount of damage. So I'm going to be focusing on it first. Hopefully we don't get poisoned. If we do, though, well, there's its poisonous fangs, and he got it, of course. But that's why we bought the refreshing herbs, so we'll just use that once we get out. Freeze does a lot of damage to them, so you can take them out really quickly with Paula. You can see poison deals a pretty decent amount of damage, so you definitely want to heal it as soon as you can. He should be able to survive this turn. Don't want to use up Paula's PP on this. Oh, actually, this is going to kill Jeff. Phew, okay. It's like if that zombie didn't die on that hit, Jeff would have been dead from poison. Alright, so let's quickly enter the menu so he doesn't take any more damage, and we can go ahead and use our first refreshing herb. Alright, he's healed, and then we can use life up to replenish his HP. Alright, so we got another one down here we're going to have to take on. Okay, that one went well, didn't get poisoned or anything. So I've got some caskets in here. When we open them, for some reason, it's super excited, but it's just a skip sandwich deluxe. This is, of course, a little bit better than the regular skip sandwiches, but still pretty much there's not a lot of use for them. It'll make you move faster for about like 20 seconds or so, as opposed to the, you know, like 5-ish that the original skip sandwiches gives you. So, yeah, not really super useful, but I guess good to sell at least. Alright, gonna give Paula a little boost here, especially since there is a zombie dog further up. So I just want to make sure she is in tip-top shape. That fly, I don't want to take a chance of it surprising me. Alright, another battle that went well. Paula also leveled up and learned her next spell, which is PSI Fire Beta. That's a pretty good one. 160 points to an entire row of enemies. This one's going to be pretty helpful when we start fighting a lot of them at once. And this casket here is also pretty important to open because we'll get a silver bracelet. Paula took it, which is perfect because we're going to be giving it to her. She, of course, has the least defense out of all of us and the lowest health. So definitely going to be giving that to her. So as we move on, we're just about done with this little passage. It's pretty short and definitely very straightforward. But of course, oh wow, it kind of caught me by surprise there. Alright, pretty nice battle there. Once we get to the end, we can see there's something guarding the ladder to the exit. Let's check it out. I am the mortal enemy of commoners. That's a strange title to have. But we got kind of a mini boss here. This is the mini barf. It looks very interesting. It's got interesting music, and that background is really something else. I like it though. It looks pretty good. So for this guy, we are going to be using our powerful attacks. I'm going to save PP with Ness though, just in case someone gets healed. Someone needs healed. Unfortunately, Paula doesn't have a lot, so we're going to be using Fire Alpha. Jeff is really going to be mostly the star here with his bottle rockets. Alright, so that one's not too bad at decreasing his offense. Doesn't even matter with bottle rockets. So we'll just keep up the fire here, and we will use another bottle rocket. This is the reason you buy them, so might as well use them to get as much damage as possible. Alright, regular attacks are fine. He has the ability to, like, exhale some kind of putrid breath. I don't know exactly what the text on it is, but it can cause everyone to start crying, which is a status we haven't run into yet. But it'll like drastically decrease your hit rate with physical attacks, so it's good to be using these kinds of fire and bottle rockets so they're not really affected by that, you know. And we get a pretty good amount of experience for that. Ness levels up. The other two, okay, well Jeff will as well, so that works. Yep, so there's that Master Belch name again. So he's definitely the main guy that we're going for here. We've heard his name in a few different places, so let's head up. Alright, so once we're out here, this is the next big area. I guess we can talk to this guy. And if we want, we can actually buy some food stuff from him. Like I mentioned before, croissants are about 60. That's probably the best value you're going to get out of this, but we don't need any food items, so... Yeah, I'm just going to talk about a village with interesting people ahead, and we should go there. Saturn Valley. Of course, those of you familiar with the series will know what that is. Those of you not will definitely be in for a great treat. Saturn Valley is pretty much the best place of just about any mother game you're going to play. So magic butterflies spawn here a lot, so we definitely want to take advantage of this to heal ourselves back up. We're decent on health except for Jeff. So yeah, I'm going to heal him, and then we'll just refill our PP that way. Alright, so we are pretty much topped off here and ready to go. It's not going to be too much longer until we can get a free restore point, but just want to make sure we're good in the meantime. Now, these look like... Okay, we're going to get a couple enemies here. These zombies look like the ones we've seen before, but they're actually new versions of the farm zombies. They do basically the same thing, really not that much of a threat. They just got a little bit more HP, so keep that in mind. Now, we do have the armored frog. This guy is interesting because though he doesn't look like it, his name does speak the truth. He's got an incredibly high defense, and really Ness's bash is the only one that's going to get through. So we're going to be using freeze on him, alpha or beta. Beta will probably take him out in one shot, so we'll just conserve a little bit and use freeze alpha instead. You can see that does a really good amount of damage, but Ness's bash does basically nothing even. And of course Jeff can only do one, so you want to be using PSI on that guy. I'm going to heal up Paula because they decided to focus on her for some reason. And we will have her finish off the armored frog, and then we'll start attacking the zombie as well. Yeah, and he also has this does something very mysterious attack. As far as I'm aware, it does nothing. It looks like it's targeting someone and trying to do something, but I've never seen it actually have an effect. And I've also looked up in a couple places that they didn't seem to find anything either. So I'm just going to assume it's a waste of a turn. As we go up here, we got a couple presents along the way. This one is not super worth taking. The bomb is not very helpful, but it is an attack item. We can give it to Jeff as sort of a last-ditch thing if we happen to run out of bottle rockets, but, you know, hopefully that won't happen. Alright, and we should have one more present along the way, and getting pretty lucky actually not seeing too many enemies. But we do have a protein drink here. I guess we can just take these on. The crocodile probably won't make it because he's slow. Alright, so now we can take this guy on by himself. Oh, I thought we snuck up. That looks like we snuck up on him. Come on. So this is the plain crocodile. He's a pretty big, heavy guy, and he's pretty powerful as well. If you encounter these guys with other enemies, take them out first with freeze beta. It will one-shot them. Since I've got a decent amount of health, we'll just do alpha and see if it'll survive for a round, just to kind of show what it can do. It's solidified, so I guess never mind. Scratch that, but there it goes. So even though you didn't really get a demonstration, just take my word for it. You want to take them out with freeze beta first. You can also see we're getting a decent amount of levels. Jeff is already up to level 20, which doubles what he was before we left Threed. And he's also now caught up with Paula. So he's actually going to... Yeah, he's actually going to level up to 21 before Paula does. So it's kind of a weird progression there. But, you know, at least he's caught up with us and is now a little bit more able to survive. Now, once we head into this cave, we've got another new enemy here. I love this guy. He's a recurring enemy. This is the Violent Roach. It's a roach standing up and raising its fist at us. It's the best thing. These guys are no threat. It'll, you know, do that. It can do a really basic attack. It can knit its brow, which is where Everdread gets that attack from. See, there's its attack. It's basically nothing. It can also leap forward and spread its wings, which will solidify you. But, you know, again, you've got two other members, so just take them down. Not a big deal. And you may also be hearing a slight tinge of some other theme in the background. We'll have to keep that in mind. There's a bottle rocket in here, which definitely is going to be handed over to Jeff. Wish it would just do that automatically, like he's the only one that can use it, you know? Alright, so a couple more. I thought that was the last one, but this might be. Yep, here we are. Alright, so those of you, again, familiar with the Mother series know what the Mr. Saturns are all about. If you're not, you're in for a treat. I love Saturn Valley. It's these guys right here. You may have seen them. They were in... Were they in Smash 64? They probably were. Smash Brothers on the Nintendo 64 as a throwable item. We feel groove! Hi-ho, me Mr. Saturn. This place, all our Mr. Saturn. Alright. Just seeing that text puts a smile on my face. So, right at the beginning here, we've got a couple interesting buildings. This one on the right serves as a hospital. He basically just operates on you, quote-unquote, and you get healed whatever statuses you have. You can also head over to the left here. This is a super nice place. Let me see. I think Jeff has a broken... Yeah, he has that broken air gun. He should have enough... Actually, he definitely has enough IQ to repair it. Yeah, he's got 19. I think you only need 12. So he should repair it if we get Slumber here. So yeah, we do. KO. So as he works through the night, he fixed the broken air gun, and it becomes the Magnum air gun, which is a better weapon for Jeff. So we're going to put that on. That happens sometimes whenever you sleep at night if you have a certain amount of IQ. Depends on the item you're trying to fix. If you have enough, like the broken air gun, for example, required 12, we had more than that, so he will fix it. There's no way, I don't think, to view the IQ required to repair something. You kind of just have to have it and then have it work. So it's a little bit cryptic unless you kind of know these values beforehand, but... So he says, once upon a time we were many, every day slowly are less. Yeah, well, that's a little bit sad. So we're gonna have to figure out what's going on with these guys. The Rust promoter in here, not super useful. We'll probably just sell it, but might as well get it anyway. So yeah, there is this kind of big cave over here, but there's nothing super useful in it. There's 3 trash cans, if I remember. I don't think there are really any good items, but, you know, maybe stuff to sell. There's a protractor, which is literally useless. And a sudden guts pill. which is interesting. I wonder if it gives you the exact numbers here. Yeah, it doubles your guts during battle. And as I mentioned, guts basically determine your critical hit chance as well as your ability to sometimes survive with 1 HP left on a mortal hit. And a broken spray can. That's actually really annoying because you can't sell those. The broken spray can, I believe, becomes the defense spray. And it also requires a lot of IQ. Again, I don't think it tells you. We can take a look, though. Yeah, it requires like 30-something, I think. So that's just, we're going to be getting rid of that as soon as possible. Yep, you do look like same. Oh, special thing. Not now, though. On the way back. Alright, well, later. Grapefruit Falls. That's just where we were. Barfy. Yep, definitely scary. So this guy mentions a secret base. It's behind Grapefruit Falls. He'll tell us the password. So the Belch man will ask us to say the password, then we stand still and wait for 3 minutes. Well, we'll have to remember that. Doesn't sound fun, but well, we'll have to see if this guy's right. Yeah, and I don't really know what this guy's on about. He mentions having so much money and trading things, but I guess he's just talking about stuff the store has. So it's actually this building right here. Let's go ahead and check it out. And in here we got a couple Mr. Saturns. These correspond to I think this is the old person that would sell you like the recovery stuff, and this is the weapons equipment guy. We've also got this strange looking thing out here. This is actually the ATM somehow, but we got a lot of money. We're actually gonna have to withdraw quite a bit because we're gonna be buying a pretty fair amount of stuff here. So let's withdraw a couple thousand and get to it. I think we're gonna have to empty out some slots here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just sell some first, just you know, to kind of open up a spot to buy things. So yeah, I like this guy. You want to sell me things at me. Yes, I do want to sell you things at you. So let's get rid of the skip sandwich. Like I said, it's kind of hard to read numbers sometimes. I think that's 42, but sure, whatever. So let's see. I think I'm gonna probably need 2 slots with Ness actually. So let's see if there's anything else. I may just give something over. Well, we can get rid of a hamburger. Not super useful. Oh, okay, well, I guess we can go ahead and buy. So you can see here, there's a couple things. This bionic slingshot is a lot like the yo-yo. It's less accurate than standard weapons. But, you know, all that stuff I said before, going through shields, not getting critical hits, etc. We will be buying one of these for Paula. If she has a slot, I can go ahead and give that to her, but she doesn't, so too bad. So yeah, let's just keep selling here. I think, yeah, we've emptied out that. We can sell this old copper bracelet because we're not going to need it. And then for Jeff, we can sell this toy air gun because it's outdated now. Alright, so now let's get to the actual buying here. First, bionic slingshot. I am going to get it for Paula. It's better enough than her thick fry pan that it's worth some of the downsides. And it's an extra 12 boost in offense, so, you know, it's probably worth it. And we can sell the old fry pan. And of course, we're going to leave Ness with his standard stuff. And travel charms, we don't need. Those are old anyway. Great charms. It's really expensive, and I think you only get like 1 defense boost versus what we already have. Yeah, 38 to 39, but I'll do it just because I have the money and it's not really that big of an issue. So let's go ahead. It also gives you some extra speed as well, so, you know, it's worth putting on anyway. Alright, so apart from that, we do have silver bracelets. Remember, we found one before. I'm going to have to free up a spot in Jeff's inventory and another one in Paula's, I believe. No, she's got one. Alright, that's good. And we can sell back the old ribbon. So let's see. We can get one. We want to get one of these for Ness and Jeff. Ness has a free slot, so we'll do that. Sell back the old copper bracelet. And finally, a silver bracelet for Jeff, which I'm going to have to sell something. So, you know what we got. I'm going to do the standard inventory management, and we will come back afterwards. Alright, so I did my inventory management and equipped everyone with what they need. You can see Paula's got like 4 slots, Jeff's got a couple, Ness has got a couple, so got some more rooms for item. I've also called the Escargot Express guy, who's going to come by and pick up some of that stuff we can't sell. So in the meantime, basically, okay, well, we can go ahead and do this now then. He always comes earlier than I expect him to, but I guess that's life, so let's see. I can get rid of, we still need the jar of fly honey, we haven't used that yet. I don't think we needed to get rid of anything here. Jeff, on the other hand, I want to get rid of this broken spray can, because I'd never want to fix it. I don't think there's anything else we need to get rid of. Just a quick search. I believe that's fine, so we'll leave it at that. So, well, you know, that frees up 1 more space. I thought there was more than that, but maybe not. Either way, basically the main reason we came here is to learn the password from that Mr. Saturn that was there in the cave. Lots of friends taken behind falls. Why? Yep, I wish I knew, buddy. So yeah, these guys are definitely in a predicament. I've also got this guy up here blocking the way. There's actually an enemy out there, but there's like no way to get here. And of course, I'll mention the area behind the falls. You can sort of like make your way up here, but then once you get into this square that he's in, there's like nothing else you can do. So it almost seems like you could push your way through, but like no matter what you do, you just can't get past. So too bad. I don't know, you may be able to do some kind of glitch to get in there, but you know, well, we can't get up there right now anyway. They like building ladders that lead nowhere for some reason. Alright, so that's really all we came here for. Let's head back out of this cave. We got the password, so we need to see what's up with that area behind the waterfall. Of course, one of the Mr. Saturns said big stink behind the waterfall, so it's probably where we need to head. I'm gonna have to go back out here. But don't worry, we will definitely be back to Saturn Valley. We are not done with it by a long shot, so... oh yeah, there's this whole cave to go through. Ah, look what we've got here. You may have saw that come up real quick. Ness misses home. Ness actually has a unique status on him, which we're going to check out after we finish this thing off. Shouldn't be too much longer. Alright, so Ness actually has a unique status. This is the first time we've seen this. He has the homesick status. You can see it under his level there. Basically, this has a random chance of happening. Once you reach a certain level, I think it's... I don't remember off the top of my head. Like, I'm wanting to say 17, but that feels too high to me. But I may be able to put in some sort of, you know, annotation or something saying that for sure. But basically, this has a random chance of happening. It's like a 3 in 256 chance of being applied after you win a battle. And that's not a very big chance, but it does happen every now and then. Once you hit a certain level, I think it decreases to 2 out of 256. I don't remember what level that is. And then once you reach like 70 something, you stop getting homesick entirely. I guess you just got used to being out. But there are very, very limited ways to heal this. Sleeping in an inn does not do anything. It basically, there's 3 ways I can think of off the top of my head, one of which we are going to demonstrate here. We can go up to the phone, and if we call our mother, this sounds so sad. I knew there would be days like this. And with that, Ness got over being homesick, so that cures it. You also will get over being homesick if you come to your sanctuary location and get the full heal from that. That will cure your homesickness. You can also, I believe, and this is something I haven't done in a long time, but I think if you happen to have a chick in your inventory, like it hatches from a fresh egg, if you have one of those, you can actually use it. The chick will fly away, but you'll feel better after having looked at it. So that's something that does pop up every now and then, though not very often. It is worth noting that I could have actually gotten homesick from that battle. So it's an incredibly low chance of that happening, but I guess still theoretically possible. So let's finish up with this cave and get back out to the falls. Alright, so now that we are back out here, we need to continue heading up. This will lead us to the waterfall area. Got some more enemies to fight. It is also worth mentioning that we did actually gain a level with Ness while we were in that cave. He's now level 24, which gives him the ability to use Healing Beta on top of healing everything that Alpha does. It cures poison, nausea, feeling strange, and crying. So this pretty much negates the need for refreshing herbs at this point, because we can get rid of poison and crying if we really need to, but we usually don't heal that in battle. But that'll let you heal that, which helps out quite a bit. And see if we can just avoid that guy, because it doesn't really matter. Once we reach the falls, we've got a photographer spot. And now we can proceed. So once we head back to the falls here, if we head all the way to the left and then press up, we will be prompted to say the password. And at this point, we say the password, which if you remember from Mr. Saturn, the password is doing nothing for 3 minutes. So let the games begin, I guess. And now that we've finished saying the password, we may enter. If you sat through the whole things, congratulations, you get my kudos. If you skipped to get here, shame on you. Go back, do it again, watch the whole thing like I did. Anyway, we are now inside of this secret base where hopefully we can find Master Belch and get rid of all the atrocities in Threed. However, I think this looks like a pretty good place to stop for right now. So next time we will make our way through this base and see if we can confront Master Belch himself. Till then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.